there's no way I'd watch it.
I've tried to find it. I want to see it.
I've just found it.
No, I loved it. Well, I remember being scared, and I remember sleeping in my mum's bed with her that night because I was shitting myself. But I liked the thrill of I liked the jump scare.
It's a dead Santa. Ooh, yeah.
Welcome back to It's a Death Sentence. Today we're talking about
Halloween. We're talking about Halloween.
Yeah.
But we've already delved deep enough to frighten me. It doesn't take a lot, really.
I bloody love it. It's my favourite time of year. I absolutely love Halloween.
Do you just dress up as a witch for the entire
This is
month?
just how I look.
Okay. I just wondered because you arrived on your broomstick instead of your car.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
the thing is, it is a 55-minute commute from mine to yours, so
Flying would be easier.
makes
Yeah,
sense, doesn't it?
absolutely.
Well, you can see here we're sat in my kitchen. This is my Halloween display, which looks really good at night.
It's really, you've made a lot of effort. You've made more effort than
It
I
looks
have.
shit from the back, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks scary on the way in. From the back, it just looks like scary
like a
mess.
gimbal sale. Yeah. I'll take a picture and pop that in. Shall I?
Absolutely. So Halloween or Hallows Eve, I mean, it's massive tradition now, isn't it? Although it did originate in Ireland, it was a Celtic festival of sowing, and then it was taken to America, who fully embraced it and went full on into the whole Halloween trick-or-treat stuff.
The Americans just do everything in a massive way, though. Haven't you just come back from America?
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah. Isn't that like the 5th time you've been this year? Or something?
Yeah, I really love the way they go all out for Halloween. I think it's amazing.
Do you know why it's so big in America? Because it's getting bigger and bigger here, but we're not really...
It's definitely getting bigger here, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, even since we were children, like my mum and dad let me have a Halloween party, but I don't think it was the norm when we were kids.
Okay.
We would have gone trick-and-treating, but there would have been certain people that have just turned you away, I think.
I think back in the day, you used to just knock on any house, but now you actually have to actively participate. You have to put a pumpkin in your window so people know. Which is more respectful.
I've got a neighbourhood group chat on WhatsApp. I tell them I'm taking the kids out and they're all making massive effort. It's brilliant.
Oh, that's cute. That's really nice. I'm not sure how that would be around our area, but...
I missed that, Dan. I was doing the little video.
Yeah, so Halloween, death is at the heart of Halloween, obviously. And that's our bag.
It's a religious background, isn't it? It's in All Hallows.
I think
All
it was...
Souls, isn't it? All Souls Eve.
All Hallows Eve was originally to commemorate the dead, to show respect to the dead, and now it's just about getting candy and dressing up and mocking them a little bit.
Wasn't it thought of that time of year, the 31st of October going into the 1st and 2nd of November, they're all like religious festivals around commemorating the dead, aren't they?
Yes, and it's thought that period is the thinnest veil between the living and the dead, that evening.
I wonder where that comes from. So like we should know that.
So modern Halloween is the complete opposite. It's more focused on sort of death as entertainment.
Yeah, and dressing up.
Dressing up and
we dress up in this country, in the UK, we dress up as like ghoulish things or witches or,
skeletons.
Scary. But in the States, they dress as bloody anything. They don't care, do they? It's just they dress as anything.
I don't know, actually. I think there's quite a lot of spooky... It's quite pop culture, isn't it? Like which things I love, like all the horror and Chucky and all the Grim Reaper, who's like a personification of death, isn't he?
Yeah.
And all that sort of stuff. I love all that sort of vibe. But I tell you, we were just talking before we started recording about something that scarred us both as children. And it's certainly the other way.
This is hilarious, this conversation. I wish we'd actually caught the moment we're talking about.
I know.
So Carrie and I are 43. So let's assume anybody that's from the age of maybe, we can't be much younger. How old were we then? Like, 9?
10.
10.
Yeah, 10.
Yeah. So the BBC put out a programme. Now, everybody, I reckon, listening to this is going to go, I know what this programme is, because I think they all were traumatised by it like we were.
Fucked everybody up.
It fucked me up for years. Karen, she said, do you remember that thing on BBC? And I went, yep, Ghostwatch. Straight away.
Yeah, 1992.
We did think it was Yvette Fielding, but we've just read up on it and it was actually Sarah Green. Is that right?
Sarah Green, yeah.
And obviously Michael Parkinson, like talk about making something real. Come on, Parky, what were you thinking?
I know, but I mean, everybody loved him, didn't they? So I think that's why everyone believed it.
Wow.
They thought he was so honest.
Did your mum let you watch it?
She said no originally, and then she said yes.
Yes.
And then halfway through, I think she changed her mind, but we were already in. We were watching it. And then...
Could you imagine anything being made like that now? So for anybody that's listening and doesn't know it, and maybe listening and you're not in the UK, it was a programme made by the BBC, which we all, are brought up to revere in some way for being the truth tellers. But it was what we'd call now a mockumentary. And so there was not a shred of truth in it, really, although it was loosely based on real events, some of it.
It was based on the Enfield haunting.
That's it.
So, yeah, that was a story.
It was presented. I mean, obviously, you've just said if we were to watch it now, and I said, there's no way I'd watch it now.
I've tried to find it. I want to see it.
I've just found it.
I want to watch it again.
No,
I definitely will.
It took me years to get over it.
I think you would be not so scared, though, now.
So it was presented as this documentary.
They were ghost hunting.
But they're basically like the entities in the house were like paranormal entities or poltergeists, took over, didn't they? And the actors, along with the trusted presenters that we know and loved, all got like possessed by these demonic things. And I've just read a little bit about it, saying that I think they had something like 10 or 11 million viewers, which was quite high at the time.
And 10 million of them shit themselves.
No, they had 1 million people call into the BBC, most of which were terrified, and then the odd one that really understood that it was...
I mean, it actually says this is made up. Did it? At the end of it or at the beginning, I can't remember. But it was so small that everybody missed that.
I was fucking horrified by it. But as soon as you said it to me a few minutes ago, I just went, Mr. Pipes.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I dreamt about that for years.
And the cat sound, it was well done. The cat sounds, the scratches.
It was horrible.
And it's the fact that they were children. And it's all bent up in you.
Like also in the day, so anybody listening who's our age will remember having 4 channels, which then became 5 channels. It was really exciting.
And the Big Breakfast
started. But, it was in the days where you watched an advert that literally advertised something coming and you had to wait for it. It's not at all like things are now. You can watch anything at any time, anywhere. But we used to just, as kids, we'd have got really excited about what was coming, that, a film is going to be on a Saturday night. But this was something, I remember people talking about it at school, and is your mum and dad, they're going to let you watch it? And my mum and dad, I don't think they did let me watch it, but I did watch it.
Because you snuck in?
I think I snuck downstairs into our front room, and it scared the living shit out of me for years. Years and years. Not even a shred of a lie. You love horror, and I fucking hate it. I don't know what anyone wants to be scared. I'm scared if somebody walks behind me in broad daylight.
Just in life.
In life, I think, that's my nervous disposition, obviously. But
no, I loved it. Well, I remember being scared, and I remember sleeping in my mum's bed with her that night because I was shitting myself. But I liked the thrill of I liked the jump scare bit. But I was still young. I was young then, so I was scared, more scared than I would be now, probably.
I mean, I've just looked at some images on, just doing some basic research on Halloween, and I'm scared by that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll take the kids out trick-or-treating to our beautiful, friendly neighbourhood. Thank you. Kingscote, put your lighters up. But
but just don't scare me.
But just don't scare me. Like, I actually wouldn't delve into any of that really dark stuff. And, like, even my children, like, the age they are, can we watch this? And I'm like, no.
I'm really, I see, I'm the opposite. I mean, I don't let Remy watch horrors or anything.
Remy loves it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't let him watch anything like that, but I like the dark. Yeah, I like the dark side of stuff. I love witches. Witches are a massive thing at Halloween.
Listen, I love witches. I can get on board with witchcraft and sort of like its roots in paganism. I can get on board with that. I think it's quite interesting. It's just the really dark, satanic, demonic stuff I'm kind of against.
Yeah.
I'm really not.
I mean, I don't want a demon.
I'll live on my own. Yeah. I don't want to be... Mr. Pipes, you are not welcome.
Please leave.
I mean, my heating is very loud when I put it on. It's a 1960s build. It's not been redone since. And so when I put it on, I mean, my immediate thought is Mr. Pipes from 92's BBC mockumentary Ghostwatch.
Yeah, I do remember being scared of it, but I think it's everyone's rite of passage to be a bit scared of something and remember it. And it was iconic for our generation growing up.
Really was. I really hope this episode, if we pop this out, we'll put some pictures of Ghostwatch on it.
Yeah.
We'll get some.
Send us your stories.
Yeah, just or like describe how you felt in 3 words.
I shit myself.
Exactly that. I wonder if we can find a little clip of it that we could pop on with it.
Yeah, loved it. But the horror now is so much more than that. Some of it's awful, but some of it is, is so good.
I'm more frightened. I've said this in another episode. I'm more frightened of horror when I think an actual human that I might meet out and about had that idea in their
True
mind.
crime is surely worse.
Yeah, well, all of it.
Because true crime is true.
Yeah, no.
Horror's made up, it's pretend.
Yeah, but it still is
Fantasy.
in somebody's mind. Their fantasy is like the fucking human centipede. What is
That was probably true crime.
Oh, God. I mean, who thought of that?
Some strange person. But yeah, witches for me I love. And they are tied to Halloween. And that's probably because of like ancient mystical roots and their association.
Persecuted throughout history. Let's persecute them some more.
Absolutely. Well, that's the role of a woman, isn't it? Surely.
Yeah.
And their association with the spirit world and the supernatural. So, they're figures in folklore, and the media made them into something to be feared or made fun of. And films haven't helped that really. But actually, there are some good connotations that it comes to witches. Not that people think, no, witching is bad, but actually there's probably some good witches, white witches, all that sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, there's not many times in life that I've met a few people in the last year and I've gone and had tarot cards and something like that, and they tell me they're a witch, and I want to believe I'm liberal and open-minded, and I just think, are you though?
And you go, I'm just a bitch. Nice to meet you.
You're always calling me a bitch on this pod. I know that. I listened to one the other day and you called me a bitch on that as well. Yeah.
Maybe it's the truth.
You be a witch, I'll be a bitch. I'm happy there.
I think it's like some people have it as a religion, don't they? I believe in, whatever they believe in, good for them. But yeah. And like witching and wizards and Harry Potter and magical. I love all that.
Yeah, but that's,
that's
magical and that's like more
wholesome.
Yeah, I don't know.
But that's media that makes witches and Halloween bad.
I watch some of the Harry Potters with my children and they do get increasingly darker, don't they, as the
as he gets older. Yeah.
I mean, we stopped watching it with after some real, I don't know what they were called, and all the Harry Potter fans were like going mental now, but
Dementors.
That's it.
Yeah.
They were not nice. Did not like them.
No.
But I was just thinking, going back to like, why is Halloween so big in America compared to here? And the only things I can find about it is its roots are Irish and Scottish, which we've already
yeah.
And obviously there's lots of Irish and Scottish which went and lived in America, so they've taken it with them.
Yeah.
It's just something else we gave to the Americans.
As well as our podcast.
But yeah, I was looking at why, where does trick-or-treating come from?
So I don't know. Trick-or-treating, because they used to have a lot of the religious elements of Halloween where they'd leave altars and they'd leave gifts and treats for their loved ones who had passed away.
I think the trick-or-treating, because it's something I read about, is people would knock on the doors during Halloween and offer to pray for the souls of anyone they'd lost. But they often knocked on the door of wealthy people, and in exchange they would give them cakes or wines or ale or something like that. So it became something where I imagine, having just read a little bit about it, that people could see a way into getting something from somebody else. So they were going to the homes of wealthy people and knowing that they would get a treat.
Kiss a fiver. Say a prayer.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I believe that's where it comes from.
Yeah. I know that people used to light bonfires and wear disguises, which is more Celtic, and make offerings to one another and appease the dead. They'd wear disguises, I think, to confuse them. So I wonder if that's where the costume
probably
came from.
Because people believed that they
didn't want them to follow them home a lot of the time.
Just taking a quick look at that. Where these American things came from. Harvest festivals.
Well, Harvest Festival's a Christian, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a Christian thing.
It's like most things, it's, it's back
And
to
All Saints Day.
religion, isn't it?
All Saints Day is what? The 1st of November, which is honouring the saints. And All Souls Day is November the 2nd, which is honouring all the dead.
Yeah. But they were both invented, obviously, by the church, weren't they?
Yeah.
In fact, the November 1st thing came first, didn't it? And then they went, oh no, we'll have 2 days. And they came out a second.
So the festival Samhain is the Celtic festival.
Okay.
It was like it blended the Christian traditions of All Saints Day and All Souls Day, and then gave it a day before, which was All Hallows Eve.
Okay. So there's a lot of Hollywood influence, isn't there, as well? So I was just looking at, I'm just interested in why it's become how it has in America. And I think you're right about the films. So it's quite, you see quite a lot of quotes looking through different references on the internet about Hollywood's influence with its films. So Halloween was made in 1978. That alongside corporations that made sugar products.
Yeah.
They all started to see that they could capitalise on it basically and make money.
Because film became so big, didn't it? I mean, I've just, I don't know if you've watched the Ed Gein Monsters thing on Netflix.
Why do you ask me that?
Yeah, he's a serial killer.
Yeah.
Everyone's going on about it at the minute.
I know, but I live alone and I'm frightened of most things.
It is odd.
Yeah.
But his story.
Andy next door, he told me he watched it and then didn't sleep.
Oh no, I was fine. Slept like a baby. His story. His story inspired loads of, the Alfred Hitchcock film Psycho.
Yeah.
And that changed cinema, didn't it? Psycho, because then people had never seen anything that graphic or that depraved before.
Yeah, nice.
And that sort of changed the whole premise of like horror and Halloween.
How it could be done, yeah.
Yeah, and then obviously when you give some bit of that, people just want more, and it just got worse and worse and worse.
Let me ask you a question, Carrie. Real off the cuff here. If I said, I'm having a Halloween party, come to our house dressed as a witch. We're going to do a Ouija board. Would you do it?
I would say, I'm washing my hair that night, sorry.
You wouldn't.
I would come to the party, I wouldn't do a Ouija board.
Have you ever done one?
No, I wouldn't mess with that.
I did it when I was a kid.
And that's why you're haunted, my dear.
I'm not. Just got really bad taste in men. It's not the same thing.
You keep attracting these devils. No, I wouldn't be involved in that. I would shit myself. I'd be too scared in case.
It's just so interesting. So you would watch something willingly that might be about that. You'd watch something willingly that's about demons or witches or anything, poltergeist, anything like that. But you wouldn't actively partake in anything that might conjure it up.
Hell no. I've seen the movies. I'm complicated. What can I say? I just wouldn't in case anything, just in case any of it was true.
Yeah. Also, like in your own house, I'm like, no.
Yeah. No, thanks. And then if somebody didn't say goodbye,
or like on a ghost hunt,
I've been on ghost tours.
I've been on a ghost tour.
I went in one in Edinburgh. That was great.
They're very theatrical, aren't they? Generally.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would you actually go out on a ghost hunt with people?
I probably would if it was but I wouldn't want to be doing any, conjuring myself. If you went to a place and said, let's see if anything happens, then potentially I would go. But I wouldn't be like...
Some blurred lines there.
Yeah.
There's some blurred lines.
I know, I'm complicated. What can I say? So Halloween is a blend of pagan rituals, Christian traditions and modern pop culture. That's the long and short of it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a massive blend of loads of things that's been going on a very, very long time. Yeah. We wonder where it will go. I mean, I think in the UK we're becoming far more Americanised with lots of different festivals, but Halloween I think is where we see it the most, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we have some neighbours here, they're actually Canadian, not American, but they really go to town and it's really quite exciting. It's really good fun.
Have you seen some of the people, they have body bags on their front lawns?
Well, these guys put some gravestones up for us. It was quite
skeleton hands, there's like a gravestone. I think that's so cool.
I think it is. It's funny, isn't it? So I think about my kids and that I wouldn't let them watch anything that I think would scare them. Actually, I played them the Labyrinth the other day. right? Oh,
Amazing film.
like, we all love that. And they were scared to death of it. They did not like it at all.
Oh, didn't they? What
No,
did they
because
like?
they don't. If you think about those films that were made in the 80s that we're really used to, like anything with Jim Henson, The Dark Crystal, The Labyrinth,
Yeah.
you know, they're actually quite dark and sinister, a lot of it. And my two really didn't like it. So the thought now of taking them out trick-and-treating and somebody jumping out and scaring them, or like there's, I don't know, what looks like an actual grave site, I'd have to...
Prepare them mentally.
Yeah, I mean, especially my son, he probably would scream.
But that could be his 1992 Ghostwatch.
So what you're saying is I should traumatise my children in the same way that I was traumatised by my own doing in 92.
Absolutely. Oh, so I was looking at trick-or-treating as well, and it was a medieval practice called souling.
Yes, I did.
Medieval tradition,
yeah.
and where poor people would go, and often children went door to door and knocked on.
Yes, and
On All Saints Day,
Yeah,
and they'd
okay.
sing songs, and then people go, "Oh, lovely, that was great entertainment. Have a cake."
Here you go, you little cretin. Yeah, take a cake and fuck off.
But yeah, so that was like the trick or treat. And another tradition we have is pumpkins.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know a lot about that other than the actual art of pumpkin carving. I'm sure it started out with Swedes. Is that right?
Yes, that was the Celtic.
Okay. And that was because they were plentiful.
Yeah.
It's a really hard
Turnip
veg, aren't they?
Swedes, yeah.
Disgusting turnip.
So pumpkins, we call them, and jack-o'-lanterns, they're often known as. In America, they call them jack-o'-lanterns.
Why?
Well, I'll tell you why.
Tell me why, sweetheart. Can't wait.
It was a story created from a guy called Stingy Jack. He was a man from Dublin. It was an urban legend.
Okay.
He was a drunk and he was beastly in nature, so it wasn't very nice. Some said he was worse than the devil himself. And the devil got word that this Jack was worse than him, and he was bloody furious.
Okay.
And he came back one night to take Jack's soul and take him back to hell.
Oh.
Jack was clever and he tricked the devil. As a last request, he asked the devil to pick up an apple from the tree for him. The devil obliged, which is nice for a devil, because I didn't think he'd be so obliging.
Especially when he's pissed off with Jack to start with.
Yeah, but I'll get your own fucking apple. If you're so tough.
Shut up, Jack.
So yeah, the devil obliged, and when he was up the tree, Jack quickly placed a ring of crucifixes around him and trapped him. This is an urban legend.
Okay.
The devil again was furious and demanded that he set him free. They came to an agreement, and Jack bargained for his soul and agreed for him not to be sent to hell. The devil agreed that Jack would set him free. So if Jack set him free, you won't go to hell.
Okay.
Would you trust the devil?
I mean, I don't think he's a very reliable source, generally.
No.
But then, you know, lots of people are quite suspicious of religion these days as well. So we have to be a bit careful, don't we?
And we believe politicians. So, you know,
Yeah. There's a lot of
devils in sheep's
I mean,
clothing.
you only have to look at 1992's Ghostwatch to know that you could be
I
fooled.
mean, you trusted Parky. But anyway, years later, Jack died. He didn't get into the good place,
No.
up to heaven.
No.
So he was, for the sins he'd committed, he reached the gates of hell, and the devil wouldn't have him either. He said, "You're not coming in here. You thought you were tough. You didn't want to come in here. You bargained for your soul.
Where's your fucking
So
crucifixes
that's
now?
it now, sweetheart." Yeah. So he took pity on himself, and he tossed him a coal from hell.
Oh, okay.
So he gave him a coal and said, "There you go. Stay out there. You're not going in heaven. You're not coming in hell, but you can keep yourself warm." And he made himself a lantern.
Okay.
So he was condemned to purgatory, to live between heaven and hell for eternity, with nothing more than a hollowed out turnip lit with a coal from hell.
Arguably, purgatory could be the world, couldn't it?
Could be just living, yeah. I mean, but that's how we came to have a pumpkin, because it was sort of lighting the way through
I see.
transition heaven to hell, between heaven and hell.
And his name was Jack.
And his name was Jack. Don't trust him. Unless it's my Uncle Jack, who, of course, you can trust.
I wonder how many people called Jack know that story, or how many people name their child Jack are aware of that story.
And thought, I know. I'll put you in purgatory. I
I
don't
may
know.
as well have gone for a really unusual name like Lucifer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, why not? Or Satan.
Beelzebub.
But yeah, that's the history of pumpkins and why we carve them. I mean, it's an urban legend, so.
But most things are, they are historically had some kind of use, didn't they? So I imagine that obviously with the harvest, with this season, we're growing those types of roots, vegetables, and they're plentiful, so it makes sense.
But yeah, so that's it. That's all.
So all in all, we're frightened of Ghostwatch. We now know why jack-o'-lantern is called a jack-o'-lantern or a pumpkin.
Yeah.
You're a weirdo that watches horror. I'm a weirdo that doesn't. And that's all
it.
we've got.
And we're all weird, aren't we?
Yeah.
But yeah.
So
happy Halloween
But
to
happy-
anyone who's
happy
going
Halloween, yeah.
trick or treating.
leave us some comments, particularly if you were traumatised by Ghostwatch 1992.
And thank you for listening.
We are dying to talk to you. Thank you, dear listeners, for tuning in to It's a Death Sentence. Please keep listening to our weekly episodes.
And if you like our show, please like, share, and subscribe.
We
are dying to talk to you.
It